everyone, this is Zen Leo from Zen Leo's Tarot. Thanks for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, I like making videos of spirituality and tarot pick-a-card readings. So if you like any of those topics, please hit that subscribe button below. Click that notification bell to be notified as soon as my videos go live. I just want to take a second to thank all of my new subscribers and my Instagram followers. I really appreciate it and love watching this channel grow. Today's reading is going to be about what are your hidden talents. So if you are new to pick-a-cards, I will give you 30 seconds to allow you to focus on each one of the piles. Don't pick on the pile that you just think is prettiest. Allow your intuition to help you pick the pile that's meant for you. And if you are feeling drawn to more than one pile, absolutely watch both videos. And if you start watching a pile that you don't feel really connects to you or resonates with you, go back to the meditation and pick a different pile that your intuition is telling you to pick, and not just based on what the stones all look like. So with that all being said, these are the piles. We have pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Once you've chosen a pile, you can click the timestamps listed below to fast forward and skip to your pile. I will now give you 30 seconds to meditate on each pile. I want you to close your eyes, take deep breaths, let your intuition guide you. If you chose pile number 1, this reading is for you. First, you have the Queen of Cups. Next, you have the Devil. Then you have the 8 of Wands. So first of all, with the Queen of Cups, the Queen's all about being extremely intuitive, highly attuned emotionally, and very intelligent, has like a lot of love and compassion, and there's a lot of sensitivity, but also strength in that. You maybe are empathic, and you kind of lead with your heart, and you might offer a lot of healing towards other people. So next we have the Devil card, and that usually signifies like having a lot of bad habits, but in this case, being a talent, I'm seeing that you might not have a lot of like bad habits, a lot of vices. Like you try and live like a pretty healthy lifestyle for the most part, and very balanced in your life as well. And then we have the 8 of Wands. So 8 of Wands signifies like speed, making like those split-second decisions. So maybe you're really decisive and you really know what you want, and you're able to help guide people to maybe what they want as well if they're kind of suffering from misdirection. So next we have Inspiration. Dream sweet, sweet, deep. And then you have Prosperity. So first of all, from the Inspiration, I feel like that kind of ties in with the Eight of Wands. You're able to kind of spark inspiration in other people and help them decide on what they're wanting to do. And inspiration also might be you're getting a lot of inspiration creatively, and you might be an artist, you might be a singer, you might be something to do with the arts, or maybe a painter. And then you have the dream, sweet dream. The dream, sweet sleep, dream. And it says, sleep that's deep and lasts till morn, wondrous dreams for days reborn. So I feel like maybe you get a lot of inspiration in your sleep, and that kind of ties in with the Queen of Cups being very intuitive. Maybe you have very vivid dreams, and that's where you get your inspiration from. And then you have prosperity. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. So I feel like you might also be able to manifest things very quickly. That's what I'm saying with this combination of the prosperity and the Eight of Wands. So Eight of Wands is also about having positive resolutions and things like really coming in quickly. So maybe you're really good at manifesting things in your life, and that helps you be very prosperous. Next, you have leadership, health. So like I said with the devil there, your health is important to you, and you really inspire other people to be very healthy, to live a healthy lifestyle. Maybe you go to the gym and you're really good at making workouts for other people, or maybe you just inspire people to maybe eat healthier, live better, all around. And then you have environment. So I feel like environment kind of ties in with the inspiration, and I feel like no matter where you are, you're able to find inspiration in really anything that's around you. So you really are able to look outside of the box and to really like pull in inspiration from really anywhere. That's kind of what I'm getting with those cards. And then again, with the leadership, I feel like you might be the leader in your friend group when it comes to, maybe being more intuitive, maybe being very balanced. Maybe you're really good at kind of being a good influence on people. Next, you have Mercury, so communication. It says words, thoughts, analysis, information, learning, trade, ideas, smarts, reporting, awareness, visions, lens, palette, perception, curiosity, narrative, muse, and wonder. So I feel like that kind of goes in with the communication. I'm saying, like, again, you might be a writer, might be good at writing, and this is just, again, I'm also seeing awareness, and that also ties in with the Queen of Cups of being very aware of your surroundings, being very intuitive. And then again, with the curiosity, I feel like that kind of ties into the dream, sweet sleep, deep. And that's like, you're a dreamer. You're able to kind of think outside the box when it comes to what your inspiration is, and you're really able to communicate those inspirations to other people. Then you have numinous, so that says mystery, and the unknown, the unknowable, ESP, psychic abilities, the cosmos, universal truth. So again, like very intuitive. So you might be a healer, you might be an empath, you might have those psychic abilities, and maybe that's one of your hidden talents that you have to look into more. And that's something that you can really develop for yourself. And maybe you already know that. It also says other worlds, tingling ghosts, space, enigmas, the occult, intuition. So again, with the Queen of Cups, that's all about being very in tune. And then I see this amethyst, and maybe you have a lot of like inner wisdom. That's kind of what I'm seeing with this amethyst. It maybe you know things and you don't really know why you know things. But that's like you getting like downloads from spirit, and spirit's like helping you with this knowledge and helping you communicate that knowledge to other people. So maybe you will be a light worker, a healer, or help people in their spiritual walk as well. And then you have the 9th house, seeking. So foreign travel, adventure, higher education, customs, faith, beliefs, spiritual quests, aspirations, journalism. Yeah, so again, with the writing, I feel like that's pretty strong in this overall reading. So gurus and risk taking. So yeah, you do take risks because you feel very confident in where you're going, and you're very decisive. So you feel like you're able to kind of tackle those different tasks with confidence, because you have you're very emotionally grounded, and you're very confident in yourself too. So you don't let your emotions override what you want to be doing, because you're very level, you're very grounded, you're very confident. That's why you're such a good leader. That's why you put your health first, because you have a knowingness that this is important, this is what you need to do, and you just take action on that. Then you have the mediator. So again, that goes well with communication. It says gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. So I think I was saying balance here. So you live a very balanced life, and people often go to you, and you're often the mediator in fights, because you are very neutral and you are able to see both sides of the equation. You're not just clouded by one side. You have a very broad view. And then you have the Messiah, serving humanity with humility. So again, I feel like that goes in with maybe doing the light working. All of these cards here are kind of leading towards that intuitive light working. Maybe you don't know what light working is, and that's kind of being like a spiritual guide for someone. Then you have addict. What was I saying with this double card here? I seriously can't make this up. So light attributes helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So you kind of nip things in the bud before they become a problem. So maybe you're really good at like releasing negative people from your life. You have that intuition that kind of tells you in advance, saying, okay, if you don't deal with this, this is going to be a problem. So you're really good at listening to that inner voice, and people really admire that of you. That's definitely one of your talents for sure. And now I'm going to shuffle a spirit animal for you. Just do this here. So, there you go. Okay, again, so Panda, it says stay balanced and in your essence. So yeah, you're balanced. You kind of take on that panda energy, and you're you're very warm and you're nurturing to other people, and you do have like this amazing heart, and you're very balanced with they have the black and the white, so that's kind of like the yin and the yang. So you're very balanced with both aspects of your life. And lastly, I will read your crystal card because you chose this for a reason. I'm seeing like similarities between like the black and the white here. That okay, so you have tourmaline quartz. So when to use it, when it's time to shed a light on the vices, victims, and vampires in your life, once you have a clear view, your whereabouts, it's that much easier to kick them back into the gutter where they belong. So again, it ties in with the vices, it ties in with being balanced, it ties in with the addict. This is beautiful. It really does all tie in together. And so that's all I'm getting for you, pile number one. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. So if you chose pile number two, this reading is for you. So first you have the Lovers. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles. Then you have the Seven of Pentacles. So first you have the Lovers. And the Lovers is all about dualities, harmony, being like a really romantic person, being a really good friend, and being able to establish healthy boundaries as well. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is all about being like a healer, a self-made person, someone that has like a lot of material wealth, and you get a lot of strength from your family and community, and it also is about being very nurturing, being very grounded, and also being very generous as well. And with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you're a very patient person. You're really able to take the silver lining in situations, and even if something is growing slow to someone else, you really help people to stay positive with maybe the path that they're on, or really being patient with other people, because this is right beside the Queen of Pentacles, so that's all about being very nurturing. You encourage people to keep on going, keep on letting their dreams grow. Then you have Peace. So again, with the Lovers, like very harmonious. You have like a peaceful side of you. And victory, I feel like this does play off the Seven of Pentacles. It's you're patiently waiting for your victory. You're not acting out of haste. You're acting out of like a knowingness that you will succeed in the end. It just might take time, and you help other people get to their victories as well. You're really encouraging person, and you help people kind of push past their barriers to get them to their final destination. And then you have Strength. So again, strength in your community, strength in your friendship group. Maybe you're really a person that people lean on for strength. You're really good at encouraging people to be their best. You're also really good at bringing out the strengths in other people. Then you have Intuition, Individuality, adventure. So I think you do seek adventure. You do step outside of your comfort zone to find those victories, to help people achieve what they're wanting to. You also have like an intuition, and that's maybe why you are so patient and why you have a lot of peace, because you get a lot of like signs and synchronicities letting you know that things are going to be all right, and you get a lot of strength from that knowingness that and maybe your intuition is one of your kind of hidden talents. Maybe you didn't realize that those voices that you're hearing and that like that knowingness that you have is really like your spirit guides or your guardian angels or the creator trying to help guide you. And then you have the 5th house. So performance, entertainment, creativity, costume play, love affairs, passion. So maybe you're a very passionate person with this Lovers card. Pleasure, parties. You might also be like a real partier when it comes down to it, and you have a real like playful side. You have this ability to really connect with a lot of people because you are so playful, and you do like bring out the strengths in other people, and people are really drawn to that because of course people like being around other people that make them feel good. So Uranus, so that's about breakthroughs, brainstorming, originality, insight, awakening, technology, innovation, humanitarianism, reform, surprise, freedom, experimentation, the unexpected, rupture, age, diversity, lighting. So again, you have the individuality, and this is all about like originality, innovation, being different. So I think one of your talents is like being different from the rest of the crowd, like being maybe you have a really great sense of style, maybe that's you really know how to put things together, and it's because you're so out of the box, you're so original, and yeah. Then you have Neptune, so that's dreams. So it says imagination, memories, the subconscious, self-sacrifice, ideals, universal love, visions, meditation, spirituality, compassion, empathy, fantasies. So one of your other talents is having like a really good imagination and being very inventive. Maybe you're really good at like engineering things and kind of building something out of nothing. And maybe you're really good with your hands. Maybe you're like a woodworker or builder, or maybe you're an artist that can really put like colors together, or yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. Next you have the Martyr, and it says learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. So I feel like you're very giving in yourself and in your time, and you really love to motivate other people, and again, like I was saying, you help bring out the strengths in other people, and you empower them. So again, you have warrior, so strength, skills, discipline, and toughness on will, heroism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. So you have the warrior, you have strength, you have victory. It really all does tie in together, and you're really good at putting like your ego aside, and if people kind of come at you, maybe one of your other talents is being able to kind of defuse the situation, um, and maybe help other people kind of see your side of things or see other perspectives. Then you have engineer. What did I say? Ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So I was just saying that maybe you're good with your hands. You're good at engineering situations. You're good at engineering really anything, and that's definitely one of your hidden talents for sure. Lastly, I'm going to draw a spirit animal card for you. Whoop, there it is. You have the swan. Demonstrate grace and majesty. So I feel like that kind of goes in with like the strength, victory, and warrior. You do it with grace. You don't do it because it feeds your ego. You do it because you genuinely care for other people, and you have a lot of grace in the way you go about doing things. Because look at this Queen of Pentacles. Like, doesn't she look like so regal and graceful? And then this guy in the Seven of Pentacles, he has a lot of peace, he has a lot of grace and majesty and just patience for letting things grow. And then I will read your crystal card because you chose this one for a reason. This one's malachite. So when to use it: when the concrete jungle has you disconnected from the earth beneath it, when you've just got to have the money, the power, and all the glory, come at it with a heart forward, sustainable energy, courtesy of malachite. Claim your success. So I feel like this is a strength that you have and a talent that you have for helping other people connect to the earth with this. The Seven of Pentacles, like he's watching this plant grow, and really does seem very grounded and just very nurturing. And I feel like one of your talents is helping people kind of reconnect as well. And again, it says with the money, the power, and all the glory. So that ties in with that victory card, and you really do help people find the victory and the glory and the patience in order to help them manifest their own dreams. So that is all I'm getting for you, pile number 2. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, hit that subscribe and notification bell to be notified as soon as my videos go live. If you chose pile number 3, this reading is for you. First, you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the King of Cups. So, with all the piles so far, I'm really getting that most of you are very spiritual. So the Nine of Pentacles deals with spiritual and material matter and satisfaction. It also has to do with personal achievement, inner peace, meeting those milestones, the energy of a successful harvest, and contentment. So then you have the Hierophant, and that's all about tradition, a lesson, spiritual leader, guide, has to do with enlightenment, awakening, a service of spirit, formal education or training. So I feel like maybe one of your talents is being a spiritual guide for people, because your life seems very very in order with yourself, so you're able to help other people getting their life in order. Maybe you're really good at organizing. Um, you maybe have a really deep spiritual connection. Then you have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is all about love and emotional intelligence, patience, and experience. It also has to deal with stability and balance, um, supporting others, being nurturing, and being a wise leader. So yeah, you might help, you might lead people to becoming more spiritual. You might be very emotionally supportive for your friends or family, having really creative inputs, having really good creative ideas, and being able to give your ideas very freely. Okay, so next you have magical powers. Then you have sensuality and a safe home. So I feel like with the King of Cups being very nurturing, very emotionally supportive, I feel like one of your talents is making people feel at home, and maybe you're really good at having like hosting parties and making everyone feel included, being a really good host, and making everyone feel comfortable. Even if you're not at your house, I feel like wherever you are, you have the ability to make other people feel comfortable, no matter where you are. So maybe that's one of your talents. Then you have with this magical powers, I feel like maybe you're really good at manifesting things. One of your talents is being able to manifest things very quickly, because your life is very organized, and you're able to line things up accordingly to how they need to happen in order to achieve what you want to achieve. And being having this sensuality, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. So you're able to make people feel comfortable in whatever it is they're doing, whether they're showing off their talents, or being vulnerable with love, or just trying to have fun, and you really allow people to be more vulnerable. People tend to open up to you very quickly because you do feel very safe and very non-judgmental. Then you have music. So maybe you're really good at music, whether it's singing or playing an instrument, or maybe you just have like a really unique sense of style for music, or you have like a really good ear for finding talent. And then you have spiritual careers, so right above the Hierophant. So Hierophant, then sensuality and spiritual career. So maybe you are in the field of being a healer, or helping people spiritually, or you might be a reader. You might just like to look into like the numerology or all of the occults. Um, that's one of your natural talents that you have. Then you have self-love. So I feel like you're really good at teaching people how to have more self-love, because you show love so easily, and you make people feel really safe. So if they feel safe with you, they really feel that love, and they feel like safe to love themselves as well. So that would definitely be one of your talents. Then you have the 8th house, so intimacy, so right along with sensuality. So investments, intensity, contracts, sex, erotic capital, secrets, mysteries, obsessions, inheritance, kundalini energy, stalking the underworld. So I see that this kind of ties into the spiritual career, the Hierophant, that awakening, that intensity. So you you might come off as being very soft um, and like loving and caring, but you also have a very intense side. You have a lot of passion, and I think that maybe that translates into your love of music, or um, your taste in music, and um, you're able to get intimacy out of people very easily. So that would be one of your hidden talents. And then you have the second house, which is all about assets. So material world, possessions, finance, talent, values, solidity, worthiness, wardrobe, luxuries, credit score, security, and aesthetics. So again, you might be creative, you might be really talented at putting things together. um, you might have a really good job, you might be very well off and abundant, um, and you're able to attract money in abundance in your life. Maybe that's also one of your talents. um, and then another thing that's popping out here is it says values. So one of your one of your talents is conveying your values, and not being very abrasive about them. So people tend to accept what you have to say very easily, because you say it from a place of love, not from a place of judgment. Then you have you have Venus, which is love. So beauty, harmony, romance, charm, receiving sensuality, again, wealth, diplomacy, magnetism. So the king has a lot of diplomacy too. Um, they're very diplomatic in the way that they're able to approach certain situations. They tread very lightly when it comes to dealing with other people's emotions, and they try and stay very neutral when it comes to explaining their point of views. They don't like to come off too aggressively. And then it also says attraction, adoration, indulgence, taste, and style. So again, I think that you have a very good sense of style. You have a really cool style in music, and maybe you're really talented at like putting outfits together, putting rooms together. Maybe you're an interior designer or something like that, or maybe you are like, you like to put flowers together, or you're really good at landscaping or building. Just putting things together, you really have an eye for. Then you have servant, visionary. So again, the gambler. So the servant says, delight in serving others with free and loving heart. So again, I was saying that you give without expecting anything, and that's one of your talents. You're really able to make people feel loved and secure. With the second house, it's all about security, and the visionary, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So these really do ties in with the love, it ties in with that spiritual career. You're really giving, and you don't have any pretenses about you. You're not saying, oh, okay, well, I'm going to give you this and expect this back. That's not who you are at all. You're really generous with that. So I feel like visionary and gambler really do tie in together. It says willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. So again, you might be very spiritually awakened, and you don't really care about what other people think. You have like a real talent for seeing beyond what's shown, and this is right beside the second house, and that's all about things that are tangible. So you can see past things that aren't right in front of you, and you kind of fill in the blanks for what you're wanting to do, different opportunities that you can develop, and you're really good at seeing past what's in front of you and really seeing into the unknown. And with that, you're good at trusting what you do see, and you go and follow your intuition. Again, with this spiritual career, you're very spiritually grounded, and so you feel confident in walking forward in that path. So next, I'm going to pull a spirit animal card for you. Woo! You have the hedgehog. So it says, be a magnet for a light, love, and joy. Again, self-love, that light, that enlightenment, and the love with Venus. So I really think that this ties in beautifully with the rest of your reading. You have a lot of joy. You have a talent for making people feel loved, being a magnet for that, and really being a magnet for other people as well. And you really are able to draw people in, and you're very magnetic in that, and that's definitely one of your talents. Lastly, I'm going to flip over your crystal card because you chose this for a reason. You have the Herkimer diamond, and when to use it: when you're reaching for the clearer than ever through spirituality, therapy, or healing work. Brush off those unwanted vibes with Herkimer diamond. So yeah, with this, you have that. Maybe you didn't realize that you had this, but you have a lot of like inner spirituality. And again, it says the therapy, the healing work, you're able to heal people with the love that you give them, and you're able to help people really be that safe space for people. And that's definitely one of your talents. So at the end it says, power wash your energy. So maybe sometimes you get very overwhelmed with the energy of other people, and that's just a reminder to take time for self-care and self-love, and you really do need to put yourself first, because if you burn out, then you're not going to be able to help other people. So that is all I am getting for you, pile number 3. If you like this reading, if it resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified as soon as my videos go live. If you chose pile number 4, this reading is for you. So first you have the Ace of Swords, and you have the Knight of Swords, a lot of sword energy. Then you have the Hermit. So the Ace of Swords is all about new ideas, having a lot of clarity, truth being revealed, awareness, having a heightened state of consciousness. You might have a really good memory, um, and you're really good at communicating your thoughts. Um, you might, like, honestly be a genius. You might be a very brilliant mind. That's what I'm seeing with the Ace of Swords. And then you have the Knight of Swords, and that's being maybe you have like a lot of wit. Maybe you're really intelligent when it comes to like just cracking jokes. Like that might be one of your talents for sure, is being very witty. And then this is all about ambition, being assertive, and having a lot of success in that. You might also be the type of person to be like, you just kind of have a way of just saving the day, like finding that missing piece that people are looking for. And then you have the Hermit. And the Hermit is all about like inner reflection, meditation, contemplation, soul searching, inner wisdom. So again, that's tying in with that wisdom that I was seeing before. Spiritual mentor, finding your guide within, being able to separate yourself from drama, and knowing how to balance your social life and your personal life. So next you have energy. Then you have new beginnings. And you have confidence. So I'm seeing that you have a lot of confidence, and you get a lot of energy from being able to be alone, and to come up with your own conclusions, and really being able to analyze situations by yourself, and then coming to the forefront and really articulating what you need to say. And then new beginnings. I feel like you're very confident starting things new, because you have a lot of intelligence, and I feel like one of your talents is being able to basically be talented with everything. I feel like it doesn't take you long to pick up, whether it's like picking up a new instrument, or maybe you're studying a new language, or really just anything to do with studying, you're really good at. Then you have synchronicity, effort, abundance. So with the effort card, right off the hop, I feel like you make things look very effortless, and like maybe like behind the scenes you really do try very hard, but you have like a talent for making things just look so effortless. And then you have the synchronicity card. I feel like you're really good at noticing the synchronicities in life and really following those. And you have a lot of faith to just go, and to have trust, and to have that ability to just move forward after having that initial idea or something that you want to do. You really just like bolt in that direction that you want to go, because you have taken the time to really think about it first. You're very tactful, so you don't run towards something unless you're confident about it. So you have a lot of confidence in yourself and whatever you're planning to execute. And then with the abundance card, I feel like you are very talented when it comes to starting businesses. Eights, in numerology, they have to do with being able to attract the right people into your life to kind of execute a plan, or to like walk towards your vision. So I feel like you are able to be a great leader in the fact that you're able to um, share your vision and then let other people kind of jump on to that idea. And it's not like you're that typical leader where you just kind of you just run and expect people to follow you. You kind of lead by guiding other people towards the end goal. So you make other people feel like it's maybe their idea. You're really good at um, not not like persuading people, because you're very tactful with your words. You're really good at using words to kind of get what you want. And I'm not saying like that in a bad thing, but maybe you're like a really smooth talker and you do have like that like very charismatic, like maybe you have that little twinkle in your eye when you talk about things, because you do get really excited about them, and you have the intelligence to kind of help other people also get excited about it because you know so much about that topic. Then you have the 12th house, which says surrender. So I feel like that kind of goes in with the synchronicity. You're able to kind of surrender to the divine, surrender to the timing of things. If something doesn't feel right, you don't force it. Then it says subconscious mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness, baggage, trance states, the unseen, healing, spiritual development, guilt, prayer, Akashic records. So I feel like maybe you're able to tap into like the dreams or the compassion when you're alone. That would be one of your talents for sure, is being able to tap into that intuition, and being really good at like meditating, calming yourself. And then you have the 11th house. It says friendships, group activity, community, humanity, hope, tribe, festivals, discoveries, common goals, startups, rebellion, experimentation, and the future. So like I was saying before with, it says here, common goals. So I feel like you're really good at gathering people in a common goal, and you're really able to kind of empower people to step forward towards that goal. Because they see you being very confident, and they almost want to like match your level of confidence in the situation as well. Then you have Chiron, and it says healing. So healing powers, growth, amends, release, personal developments, inherited issues, self-doubt, generational trauma, shame, sensitivity, forgiveness, superpowers, divinity, cleansing, softness, pain. So I feel like you're the type of person that kind of goes inward when they're in pain, and you're able to heal yourself and really tie into that spirituality, that real connectiveness, to connect yourself to a power that's greater than yourself, and maybe you're able to help other people with forgiveness in their life as well. All of these piles have been very spiritual, so I'm definitely sensing like there's a lot of spirituality, and each group had their own strengths and own talents in that spirituality. But it's really beautiful to see that that this is all tying in together. So maybe you're really good at uh, having a lot of insight to other people and having insight into their pain as well. And you're very talented when it comes to just knowing what people need. You're very perceptive. So next you have the mother. So it says nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. Then you have the prostitute. Accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. And the damsel. So understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. So again, like I was saying, it's not like you lead and just run forward and expect people to follow you. You have a way of really like helping others take the lead. Like you might be that initial idea, but you guide people, you help people towards a common goal, and you have a lot of patience with people, and so it doesn't feel like you're actually the one leading them. You kind of empower them to lead. So that's kind of what I'm getting from these cards for sure. Next, I'm going to shuffle. Ooh! Well, I shuffled for a spirit animal card, and you have the raven. Prepare for change. So I think I said that already. You're really good at dealing with change, and you're good at helping other people change for the better. So that's all about like that new beginnings. You help people with their hurt and their pain to help change their life for the better, and to be really excited about the new beginnings that's to come. Whenever there's an ending, there's always a new beginning, and you really remind people of that. And you're really talented at like picking up the energy of other people and really helping them heal when it comes to that energy that you give off. So lastly, I'm going to flip over your crystal card because you chose this pile for a reason. So you have chrysoprase, probably saying that wrong. When to use it: when it's time to forgive that person who hurt you the most, your parents, and most of all, yourself. You are not a doormat, you are an evolved being. When you feel like giving up on love, chrysoprase gives you that green light to keep going. So I feel like that's the energy that you give off, like that healing. You help other people heal from maybe their past trauma. You're a really good friend and that shoulder to rely on, because you help people change for the better, and you help people with their new beginnings, and you're not that doormat. You really are that evolved being. So with this Hermit and the Ace of Swords and that mother, you're able to nurture with the subconscious mind. You're able to surrender to the healing that is really needed. So that is all I'm getting for you, pile number 4. If this resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to be notified as soon as my videos go live.